Hey everyone! So, I have a few updates and something else to bring up. So, remember when I was telling you for about, I don't know, since roughly around November that I was not feeling well, that I was sick, and I still kind of am kind of getting over it, but I went over to the doctor and I found out that I had bronchitis. Yes, isn't that fun? I'm still getting over bronchitis. Um, it wasn't really fun talking through bronchitis, and it still really isn't. Hopefully I can make this video as short as possible, but so yeah, that is what happened. Bronchitis kicked in and kicked my butt. So that being said, Christmas has come around, and to be honest, I really wanted to make a video, but unfortunately, like I said, bronchitis visited me over the Christmas break. I really wanted to make a video of what to do for the people who ask you about what you want for Christmas. I still think I'm gonna do that video as an early start for next year, and I'm also going to try to plan out something else, a little tip on what you could do for next year. But pretty much, yeah, that is what my dilemma has been, what I have been going through this entire time, the Christmas break. I also wanted to tell you that me and my daughter, we have been doing quite a bit of school work. I do not let my daughter off easily because, to be honest, my daughter has a little issue with learning. I think a lot of children do, but unfortunately, because the school has it where, okay, so she is the average. She is at the average. But the problem is her speech. Her speech is not there. She doesn't speak proper sentence. She will say broken up words. But I feel like it's because she's been learning 3 languages, and I get that there are people out there who teach their children more than 3 more than 3 languages. But for her, that is not ideal, I guess. I mean, it is ideal, but at the same time, like, she has a little issue with the languages. So, she is in kindergarten, and she knows pretty much a lot of her sounds. She knows the A sound, the B sound, C sound. She even goes as far as to know the SH sound, which is a sh. Obviously, you know. She knows the TH sound. The thing that I realized is that she is very lazy when it comes down to reading. She will give me the entire word. Like, for example, we had the word sand, and she said S as I'm sorry. She had the S, A, N, D. She sounded it all out, and I told her to do the whole thing. And And guess what she did? She was just like, Mommy, I need help. I was just like, really? You did the entire thing. You do not need my help. And I have flashcards where I wrote down a bunch of words that she has read throughout her time, going to school. And she pretty much like grabbed one of the other cards because what I do is I ask her, I say, read 5 words properly. Okay? I give you the card if I don't help you out. So what happened is that she wanted my help. She grabbed another card so we could add to the pile for her to read. I have 5 cards in my hand normally, and I want 5 cards back. Okay? If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but if it doesn't make sense, you can ask me in the comments section and I will explain it, or I will show it to you. I don't know. But just drop me a comment and I will explain it to you either in a comment or in a video. So what happens is that she kind of wanted my help, even though she sounded it out properly. And it was just her being lazy. So after she did that, I was like, no, there's no giving up. And because like I said, I know that she's sounding this word out properly. She actually started to cry. And to me, that's not gonna happen. I'm not going to give up because I feel like my daughter is smart enough to know. She's just lazy. She's just very lazy. So, I'm sorry again. I'm still, like I said, I'm still getting over bronchitis. So, I pretty much had her sound it out again and again until she actually figured out what the word was. And when she figured out the word, it was kind of like a relief. It was a weight off her shoulders. So I was just like, I'm so happy. I'm happy for you. And that was like the last word that she really needed to give me. She was so ready to give up, and I wasn't going to let her. So, I mean, I don't know what the moral of that story. Anyways, so we've been doing, some things, and she's also not feeling well. I actually lost my train of thought, but, right, okay. So, I've been doing some school work with her, and, I've been trying to teach her some things, like life lessons, while we've been on this little journey of just doing classwork and whatnot. And from what I've been trying to teach her with the flashcards is that you have to give to receive. I mean, to me, that's like something that is, it's kind of like life. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if I'm stuttering, but I'm trying to like, cause like I'm on this medication. It's terrible. It causes me to be drowsy and whatever. And you know, if you've actually listened to my other videos, you know I'm kind of like, I already stutter as is, and I'm kind of like out there. So I lose my train of thought. You get what I'm saying? So, like, this medication is being really terrible for me. So, what happened is that I'm trying to teach her life lessons. I'm trying to teach her that you have to give before you can get. And again, like I said, isn't that life? You know, you go to work, you give your time, they give you money. You know, that is pretty much what I'm trying to teach her. And I get that some people are probably like, why would you teach her that? She's 5 years old. If you teach them young, it won't be too bad. Because to me, you've already learned that. You've already experienced that. It's implemented in your home life. You know, so when you get out into the cruel world by yourself, then you've already had a taste of that. On top of all that, if you teach them young, it won't bother them so much as children. I feel like you teach them some of the harsh things now, and it just won't bother them later on in life. I mean, that's what happened to me. I was pretty much broke throughout my whole entire childhood. I watched other people getting really cool toys, being babied, etc. I wasn't, so it just, the things that affect other people don't really affect me. So, like, my sister-in-law, she's having a rough life now, but before it was so easy for her. Her mom made it easy, her father made it easy, they gave her stuff, you know, like, stuff like that. And now, the things that she's going through, I'm like, that's not really hard. It's not at all. You know what I mean? But I get it. She processes things differently because she's lived a different life than I have, so. My husband pretty much calls me like a warrior because I've had to live through a whole lot of things. I've had to deal with a whole lot of things, and I had to cut a whole lot of people out of my life. It wasn't an easy life for me. So my daughter has a way easier life, and I want to teach her certain things before she thinks certain ways. Anyways, let me just move on. I'm also teaching her, or I'm trying to teach her, that the things that I do, the things that her grandmother does, the things that her dad does, you know, the people in her life, the people that a normal kid would probably think, you have to do this stuff. Those people, I'm trying to teach her that we don't have to do anything for her. We don't. At this stage in her life, we don't have to do anything. The only thing that really needs to get done is I need to feed her, I need to clothe her. And that's it. I don't need to give her toys. I gave her a roof over her head, a bed. You know, those are all luxuries. Those are all things that don't need to be given. Um, but I gave it to her because I love her. You know, there are parents out there who just adopt their children off, who send their children away, who do things that is not right. But in the end, I do them. And even though you're saying, well, you have to do it if you're going to keep your child, you have to. But what I'm trying to get at is she needs to appreciate even the little things. Having a bed, having a roof over her head, having meals in her stomach, having clean clothes. Those are the things that she has to appreciate. It's a luxury, not something that is given to everybody. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you know, it makes sense. And I'm pretty sure people are going to be like, you're supposed to. Yes, I gather that. I mean, for me, yes, I'm supposed to. But my daughter is supposed to